Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the REC podcast, brought to you by REC Comics and Collectibles. I'm your host, Roman Chavez, and with me, as always,
Eric Icarus.
Eric.
What's up, Holmes?
You can find us on the gram at REC Comics, at REC Podcast, at Roman REC Podcast, and
we are brought to you by Dillman's Baby Food. Baby says I gots to have my Dillman's.
oh my. How are you doing this week, brother?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just dealing with a little personal disappointment and
Sure.
but keeping on trucking, you know.
Just keep on keeping on,
Yeah,
man.
That's all we can do. That's all we can do.
And then when life hands you AIDS, make lemonades.
God, it's gross. It's a gross way to live. Gross way to live. Well, Sony delivered, I guess.
Sure.
We had a little bit of this Venom 2 trailer, Let There Be Carnage.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta wet my whistle to get this one going. What did you think?
I feel a lot like I felt about the first one. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. Okay, let me rephrase that, dude. I knew they were going to take the symbiote Eddie's thing and make like, let's do the Odd Couple.
Yeah.
And what more of a presumptuous, ham-fisted thing? We're going to use one. The song One.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
How much more hack can you get?
It's
hack.
Yeah, it's weirdly
hack.
It's weirdly comedic.
It shouldn't be.
I think that there is room
Sure.
for it, but this is just so blatantly shticky.
Thank you.
That it just turns me off to
Me
the whole
too.
idea. And there is a lot of good things about Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock. There are a lot of things that I like, but my least favorite things are his interactions with the symbiote.
Me too.
He just seems like a very different character than when he's out there. I love this investigative journalist Eddie Brock.
I did to a point. Granted,
It's not executed great,
right? And it's not comic book accurate. Which, again, we do get over it as long as you're holding true to the character.
Yeah.
Which Eddie Brock was not. He was a photographer, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I mean, a little bit quasi. He was trying to be a journalist and at the Bugle,
right? And he was a jock.
And he's kind of a jockey guy, and was making up stories and saying I saw this when it wasn't that.
What a great that they could have played off of that, because what a perfect time to actually do that story in this day and age we live in, when so much of what we get is bogus, and he's almost paying penance for those crappy stories by getting latched with this symbiote.
Yeah, it's just they've really in recent years they've really made Eddie Brock more of a hero.
And let's go anti-hero.
There we go, anti-hero. So that's just what they're leading.
But I guess,
into.
but then there's no progression with this character.
I agree.
We weren't necessarily rooting for Eddie in the first Venom, and we weren't really against him.
Yeah.
He was just kind of there, and it's like, give me somebody to root or hate.
And that's a thing. I think if Kevin Feige got his full mitts on this
instead
character,
of just his pinky,
we could see a 6-movie arc,
right,
where we have Eddie Brock as the kind of shystier, I'm
working for what's a crappy rag out there? What's the one?
Know.
What's the one that everyone goes to?
TMZ. TMZ.
Yeah,
okay,
he's this TMZ-esque reporter.
Yes, something
going
like that.
into the Bugle, and
then we can see him kind of stumbling onto some real stories, trying to do some good down the road. Yes, because he lived that life. He's now embarrassed by Peter Parker and Spider-Man.
Right.
And then we kind of see him stumble onto something.
Right.
Whether or not I could be it. With the corner store lady that we keep seeing, I could see that type of stuff.
But I think Venom, the character, lends itself to some dark humor.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of that in the first Venom.
Yeah.
Here, like you said, it's so hacky and just it's shticky. I'm not a fan of it. I mean, I was halfway, because let's kind of break down the trailer. It's him and the symbiote in the apartment.
Yeah.
The symbiote is cooking breakfast.
Yeah.
For Eddie. And of course, it looks like crap, and Eddie's like, "Ooh, what do I do?"
Yeah.
And then it kind of goes into narration, yada yada yada.
Yes.
Then we get the only saving grace of this movie, in my opinion, Woody Harrelson as Cletus Cassidy
and
Carnage,
and we see Eddie kind of has this letter that Cletus has written to him.
Right.
And he's kind of doing some narration over this. And has, obviously the great connection to, Hannibal Lecter. It has that feel.
Does.
So I would like Eddie to have been like investigating his murders.
Right.
Writing stories about his murders, which is a very staunch like left to this kind of happy
like
odd couple.
Yeah.
So like I would love that serious note of like he's fixated with Eddie.
Yes,
he's fixated on him.
It's kind of like that. It's almost like Red Dragon, but
very Red Dragon feeling,
which is good
with Will Graham.
But like it kind of reversed, where the killer's obsessed with the reporter.
Yes.
There could have been so many cool things going. Maybe that's what we get.
Yeah.
But again, I think Woody Harrelson as Cletus Cassidy, that's what I'm gonna watch it for.
We got a better hairdo.
Yes.
Yeah, less.
He looks Larry Fine, less Larry Fine from the Three Stooges.
Yeah. And yes, I agree with you. It'll be worth it to see his take. Good thing that Woody Harrelson doesn't look as old as he is.
Sure. The marijuana does that, kids.
Yeah. Keeps you young.
Yeah, make sure you say your prayers and listen to your parents and smoke your weed.
All right. Well, I don't endorse that. You do you. You do what you want to do. Don't listen, Eric. Except about ice cream. I will take this man's ice cream recommendations to the grave. All right.
Fair enough. But so you're on board with the Woody Harrelson as Cletus. You were even in the first movie.
Board. Yes, I'm very. Yeah, that was the best part of the first movie too. Even with the bad hair, just the way he looked, the way he was
acting.
Yeah. Like his mannerisms seemed very interesting.
Right. Well, his dad was a hitman.
Yes.
Woody Harrelson can maybe pull from a little reference there. Like, yeah, my dad murdered people.
Yeah, he doesn't talk about that.
Oh, no, of course not. He will not bring it up. And apparently he took this girl to the prom and, like, dumped her at the prom. For shame.
Yeah, hey, man, we all
have
passed. We all have passed.
Well, you heard about Woody Harrelson's AMA, right? Has Asked Me Anything on Reddit. It's apparently, and it is, the most disastrous celebrity AMA in history. Like, there are columns written about it.
Oh,
because
wow, I've never heard of it.
He apparently didn't know what an AMA was.
Oh.
He didn't, even though it's called Ask Me Anything. Yeah. And he was just literally trying to tie every question back into promoting whatever movie he was in. Which, good for you. Sure. Good on you. Doing the work, but missed the point. And, kids, go look it up. It is rather humorous, but they do ask about that question. It gets a little uncomfortable. But, I think it's... I will go watch this just because of Woody Harrelson. I just love him as an actor. He's great.
Did you catch the subtle Stan Lee cameo?
Yeah, it was on a magazine.
Yeah, very sweet.
I was like, oh, there we go.
Something,
Yeah, we got Stan in there.
I'm good with that.
Even though he's probably like, oh no, I don't want to be in this.
Yeah, please don't put my soul in this.
Yeah, and then we kind of end with, Eddie going to the corner store with what's her name? Mrs. Chen. Mrs. Chen?
I think.
Yeah, and she's like, hey, your chocolate order didn't come in. And then, what? I want to eat Miss Chen.
Yeah,
and
Cookie Monster-like things.
Yeah. And we all know if he eats Miss Chen, he's going to be hungry an hour later.
Because Chinese food isn't filling, guys.
It's the MSG.
It's that kind of... That's why you're here, guys. That's why you come.
Now, see, I was playing into... the movie, because I feel like that's a joke they would have had in that crappy trailer.
I bet you that's what that they will imply that, and then they should give you a writing credit. Did you catch some Daily Bugle action in there?
I did not.
Yep, there was some Daily Bugle newspapers, which, incidentally enough, is the same font as the Raimiverse Daily Bugle. So it was very... in the comparisons I saw online, it looked exactly the same.
Right.
They do mention Ravencroft for the criminally insane. We see the Rod Iron.
Yes.
Which is for all intents and purposes the Arkham.
It's Arkham
of the Marvel universe.
Even Cletus even says, "Welcome back to."
Yeah.
What did you call
Ravencroft?
Ravencrop.
Croft.
Ravencroft
for the criminally insane.
What about the criminally not sane?
Yeah.
Or criminally sane.
Oh,
can you be criminally sane is my question.
I have a culinary degree, man. I can't answer that question. I really can't.
I got a PhD in thugonomics.
And we also see Shriek. They show Shriek quickly. That is Cletus's
giving us all these characters.
That's Cletus, but I mean, it is important to the Carnage character.
It is, but again, to the character. let's give us Carnage first. Let us get to know Carnage first.
Let there be Carnage.
Yeah,
okay?
then we can get into maximum Carnage.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah, okay, fair enough.
Like you already gave us who was the villain in the first Venom movie.
I already forgot.
Toxin.
No, Riot. I think.
Riot.
I think it was Riot. Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Which was garbage. Yeah, like I'm kind of not into more symbiotes right away.
Yeah, literally didn't have to give us another symbiote villain in the first one. Give us a C-list Spider-Man villain.
No, man. What you do is you have Eddie going through.
Changes.
You just have him going through the stuff with Cletus in this. Like the whole movie is just Cletus Cassidy, and then he gets a symbiote at the end. And then that sets up maximum Carnage in the third one. You know, like we didn't have to actually have Carnage in it, but we could have a lot of Cletus Cassidy. And have it very much have been like a Hannibal Lecter.
Right. Which would have been, I've been okay with that. I've been like, okay, you're trying something. You're doing something a little new here.
Yeah.
A little derivative, but new. Yeah. I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
I'm only excited because I think I love Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Grant, I think we wasted him as Eddie Brock.
Yeah.
And we didn't get him as Wolverine, which I think he would have killed it as Wolverine.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
We do see in the trailer Cletus getting executed, and then that seems to trigger the symbiote coming out of him, possibly. But his eye gets kind of like weird and milky, and so does Shriek's.
Right.
And I don't know if they're at the same time or what, but we do see a quick thing of her screaming, and the cube she's in, shrieking, and it kind of bouncing off the cubicle she's in. So, and then
imagine that Spider-Man villain cubicle.
We did not. When we did get the Carnage reveal, we do see the version. It is still quick and a little dark, which that entire first movie is so dark when the
you don't know what's going on
because
anyway.
It's such garbage effects.
It's so bad. And shame on you people for watching that.
It's just like I'm not into the trailer. I wasn't into the first movie at all. A lot of people did enjoy it.
They did. I really want to hear some because I asked somebody, why did you enjoy it? I like Venom. That was the answer I kept getting was I like Venom. Yeah. And it's like, that's all. I was like, oh, if you've just been more patient.
Arguably one of the greatest characters in comics, and they've, as far as I'm concerned, not done him successful twice, and it looks like they're setting up a third time.
Yeah, I mean, we had Topher Grace in the Raimi-verse, which, I mean, we were all like, what are you doing here? I mean, granted, we do try not to pass judgment on casting because we have been surprised so many times with casting choices, but you're not even getting the spirit of that character with Topher Grace, man. Like, I actually kind of felt bad for Topher Grace in that one. You know what I mean?
No.
I mean, the only cool scene in the Raimi Venom was when he actually got the symbiote on him.
Yeah, when he got the symbiote on him, I liked the fight in parts. And then I liked when he puts all the metal around him and then like disrupts him. Like that stuff's cool.
I like it when he points at things.
He's like, my spider sense is tingling. Yeah, more of that. See, just more. Like, why are you making
Venom?
Yeah, why are you guys making Venom sticky?
Yeah, he's not.
Need to be that way.
I mean, Cletus a little bit, but he'll say it to you when he's ripping your guts out.
Yeah, like Cletus is funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas like Eddie's not really funny.
He's not really funny. He's
kind of just a meathead.
Yeah.
He's more of a meathead than anything.
Yeah, no, that was the point of having Eddie Brock he was the antithesis to Peter.
Yeah.
He was the, not like street savvy, I guess. Or maybe he was street savvy. But he wasn't a scientist and he was he was a football player. Yeah. And he didn't do real journalism, kids.
Yeah. And it's just like another thing where like Peter, he gets his powers, kind of earns the right, and then just yet again that kind of thing where like that jock, that jerk who gets everything handed to him.
Pretty much. Yeah. But there's strings attached to it.
Yes. And I think as a whole we all really like Eddie Brock.
Oh no, we do.
We all think he's a great character.
Well, the cool thing with the character is he's come leaps and bounds from when we first meet Eddie Brock.
Yeah.
Not
all bad.
He's not all bad. Yeah. He's just I think he was handed something, didn't know how to comprehend what he had, didn't know what to do with it, and then he turns into like a pretty solid character.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not all good.
Yeah, he'll kill you.
Yeah, he'll kill you.
But like, he really just hates Peter, and then he hates Cletus too.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. That's where we get maximum Carnage, which I mean, if you weren't buying this up 2 years ago, you're a fool.
Yeah, you're not going to get them for a good price. Yeah, we do have Amazing Spider-Man number 361. This is the highest grade that I could afford, and I got it at a great deal a few years back. And now it's hot, and it'll continue to get hot. But yeah, great Mark Bagley cover art. Yeah, Mark Bagley did the cover art. And yeah, it's
Did he create the character?
I mean, the look of the character.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
the look of the character. So, like, David Michelinie and him create the character.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
They both get creative character.
Did you enjoy the Maximum Carnage video game?
I loved it. I would do terrible things for a sealed copy of it. And there's also a Carnage, Maximum Carnage comic that came with certain copies.
Mm-hmm.
That thing is unbelievably rare.
I have it.
Yeah, cool.
I'll give it to you.
Yeah, cool. I would love that.
Because I mean, it's open.
It's printed on crappy paper.
Uh-huh.
So it's hard to get. Yeah, dude, if you've got it, I would love it.
I will dig it out for you. Yeah, and it's
I will show it off here.
Yeah. I didn't know if that was worth anything. I remember, obviously, just growing up where I grew up, just keep everything.
It was, it always had decent value to it. It was like $100, $200 book off and on because of the crappy quality of it. Yeah. It's hard to find a high grade.
Sure.
So high grade.
And again, I can't guarantee what shape it's going to be.
I just want the book. Yeah, I just want the book. Yeah. Like I don't care if it's sat on. Yeah. I just want the book.
And I remember how cool the game was. It came in that red cartridge, and it was just a nice side-scrolling beat 'em up. Mm-hmm. You could play as Venom and
which was
Spider-Man, which was cool.
And then you could do 2-player as Venom and Carnage.
Yep, co-op on that.
Oh, so
you had all
much
the cameos, Iron Fist, Cap, and then I just remember having all the villains. Mm-hmm. Shriek, of course, was in there.
The
Doppelganger.
The opening panels that are like Maximum Carnage. Remember when he's like bound?
Yep.
Kind of again Hannibal Lecter-y.
Yep.
And then like you see, and then the
I just remember the laugh.
Oh.
It was great. And do you know who did the soundtrack to Maximum Carnage, the video game?
No.
Green Jelly.
Oh, that's right. I remember it was like on there. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a big deal that Green Jelly was doing this 8-bit heavy metal soundtrack for Maximum Carnage, but if
might
kids
have been 16-bit.
Yeah, sorry, 16-bit.
Might have been 16.
My bad,
okay.
16-bit. Green Jelly are famous for doing the Three Little Pigs song. They're a heavy metal band out of Los Angeles, actually featuring Danny Carey from Tool on drums and Maynard James Keenan from Tool on backing vocals.
Shut up.
Very good friends with Tool.
Wow.
Yeah, they came up in the LA scene together.
The Green Jelly scene.
Yeah, Green Jello. Actually, initially they were Green Jello.
Oh.
Got in trouble, got the cease and desist, then became Green Jelly.
Okay.
But go look up Green Jelly, Three Little Pigs, and then you'll know everything you need to know about Green Jelly.
Nice.
Just a silly heavy metal band.
All about that, but as soon as you said Green Jelly, I see the logo.
Yeah.
I see the logo. Yeah.
Yep. And
awesome.
It was good stuff. I just remember that soundtrack being cool because they straight on do a cover of Black Sabbath's "The Mob Rules" during a fight with Carnage and Doppelganger. I'm like, how cool is that?
Oh my gosh!
So go, pick up that game, kids. It's fun.
What a great little tidbit. Thank you.
Yeah.
I loved that game. I loved, like you said, that it had the red cartridge. Yeah, a sealed copy of that. A sealed copy of Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Ooh.
Those are very rare video games. I would love to get into collecting vintage video games, but
you'll get there.
It's
funny. We have an arcade game over there that we've played a couple times. Fun.
Yeah.
It's a Punisher.
Yeah. It's Punisher, X-Men, Children of the Atom, and then Marvel superheroes.
Yeah. Punisher's I love it because you play as Punisher and Nick Fury.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, and it's a bunch of like Double Dragon, Ryu,
just picking up
kickoffs,
up weapons, beating up Kingpin.
By Arcade 1-Up, super fun. Fun.
Kicked out. But Carnage, I'm stoked. I'm just stoked for Carnage because I love the character. Granted, I wish it was in different hands.
Yeah.
A la MCU and Kevin Feige, but we'll take it when you get kids.
Yeah.
Granted, I think there would have been a time when I'll take it now.
Yeah.
Because I've never seen it.
Yeah.
I've learned to be patient because of the MCU.
I know.
Yeah. No X-Men yet. I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
I will let you work your witchcraft.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. It's going to be awesome. Just want that Wolverine versus Hulk.
I know. So bad. Oh, God, I want it. I want to see a lot of X-Men. I want to see a ton of mutants.
And we'll get them.
I want to see Mr. Sinister. There's a ton of characters as X-Men fans that we are.
Of course.
We just haven't gotten, and then we've just gotten so many horrible swings at things. You know, it's crazy to me that they were able to successfully pull off an Xavier and a Magneto twice.
Right.
Where I think unanimously we love both of those sets of actors.
Oh, cool.
Obviously Patrick Stewart, duh. But like, you know,
And
Ian
Ian
McKellen is so
kills it.
good, and then Fassbender and McAvoy.
Yeah, and funny enough, like, you know, you got Ian and Patrick Stewart who are just very close friends, and then Fassbender and McAvoy, great, like just bonding through the movies.
It's just like it's something about those characters that just makes you friends.
Right.
Like,
for sure.
Like you go through something.
Yeah,
you know.
I think that's what it. But I think Patrick and Ian were friends from the stage.
Yeah, they had some. They're both sirs. They're both knighted.
Yeah. If you ever want to check out something that's super heartwarming, and like I didn't believe it until I saw it, there's a Graham Norton show out there with Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, and Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
And they do this cute interview, and oh my god, it's cool to just see Patrick Stewart and Ian just being themselves around each other, and you can tell like they're real friends.
Yeah, I mean, and
it's heartwarming to watch these two old dudes who've known each other for probably 40 years, just cutting loose, drinking wine.
Well, one of the things
with a hunky dude next to him,
especially for Patrick Stewart, like when Patrick Stewart came back for Days of Future Past, he was like. Him and Ian McKellen, like we thought we had done our last
movie
dance with these characters. So when given the opportunity, and we saw the script, and they liked working with Bryan Singer, you know, I think you probably treat literal
royalty,
literal like film royalty better than you treat some of these, you know, than Ellen Page or whomever.
Right. Which is not right. Doesn't make any of that right.
No. But
Elliot Page,
Ellen. Then I mean, no disrespect on the dead name. You know, and then when Patrick was like, you know, and then after Days of Future Past, I was done with the character, and then James Mangold brought me this beautiful script, and how could I say no to this ending? And I mean, it was so sad.
Logan transcends the
genre.
Transcends comic book movie. It is just a fine film. Far exceeds The Dark Knight as far as I'm concerned, man.
Completely.
It's funny because people will go on and on about The Dark Knight, which is great. Deserves its spot.
It has its spot.
It does. But Logan, oh my god, you that movie just hits you every time, man. And we all identify with that movie, dude. Such a good movie. Granted, I could have used some Liev Schreiber in there. You know?
Everybody kind of wanted Liev Schreiber because even though his Sabretooth wasn't great, he was great in the movie.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, I didn't care for his, like, portrayal of Sabretooth, but I liked that character that he was doing.
Exactly.
His version of that
was cool, and I feel like with James Mangold in Logan, he probably could have taken it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that's who you were trying to give us. Because, you know, in X-Men Origins, he was just goofy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, he's like, I hope you got insurance here.
Hey, Jimmy.
Jimmy.
I didn't care for him.
You can't quit me, Jimmy. We're brothers.
we're gonna give a little bit of a turn for DC because there was some weird featurette that came out this week.
Sure, I was duped.
It was like a minute long.
Your boy was duped here because I thought it was a new trailer.
Yeah, and he tells me about it, and I was like, dude, did I miss a trailer? Because usually I send it. Eric will find something sometimes, and I was like, hey, this is one of those times. But there was like a small featurette, and what it does is just kind of gives us a little bit more of a glimpse of Catwoman, and we get to hear Zoe Kravitz kind of talk about her version of Catwoman, which isn't a version that I'm like familiar with. You know, she's talking about how Selena fights for the downtrodden. She kind of like helps young girls in, you know, their version of like Hell's Kitchen, and then it's not the Narrows, I don't think, in this universe. I don't know what it's going to be.
Who lost the Narrows?
Yeah, the Narrows are lost.
In which they never come back.
Yeah. Well, because they lost them. Yeah, they're gone, dude. All those people are
Batman
dead.
says, he goes, we can take it back.
Yeah,
together.
Yeah, but then like, oh man, no, we can't.
He's like, don't bring up the Narrows.
Yeah, all the like we didn't. They didn't use all the anti-fear toxin everywhere. You know. Just where the cops were. Dang it. But yeah,
again, I was duped.
I'm not a fan of the Zoe Kravitz, like, what do you call that, ski mask? Mm-hmm. She's got kind of like the Catwoman ski mask.
Which they got these two these two bumps in her. Like, then what is that?
I don't know.
I think it's a half origin story. Yeah. It does look like something a crook would wear.
In a in a world and in a year where we've had arguably the best looking superhero costumes done,
right,
and Disney Plus with WandaVision and with Falcon and the Winter Soldier,
absolutely.
and to the Carnage Venom stuff. Carnage Venom don't look great. Like, they don't look comic book accurate.
They really don't.
We literally have Falcon Captain America that looks so good.
Ripped from the pages.
Like, make Catwoman look like Jim Lee's Catwoman.
Right,
Jim Lee's Catwoman is wonderful.
Get there. I don't think she's Catwoman yet. She's still just Selena Kyle, the cat burglar.
That's true.
So,
and to be fair, the Batman looks good. His costume looks good.
It's definitely getting better.
I like this costume.
We got maybe a couple more fight scenes where Batman's like pimp slapping thugs.
Oh, yeah.
Literally pimp slapping thugs.
Yeah. Gah! It's like, vengeance. Vengeance.
I am the knight.
Look, this is vengeance and this is the knight, okay? Line them up. Line them up.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I'm from slap monks. Some slap monks, guys.
But I was never 100% with this movie. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know. It looks like it takes place. It could take place in the Nolanverse.
Yeah.
It looks like it wouldn't be out of place in the Nolanverse.
It feels Nolanverse adjacent.
Sure, as opposed to DCEU adjacent.
There was some footage of Matt Reeves, the director and writer, and Eric was not having it. He's had a magenta scarf on. Pale is...
Okay, I had a problem with the magenta scarf and the V-neck. What are you doing?
Yeah. He's got his own... He walks his own path.
Right? Apparently he does.
Yeah, he walks the path of a scarf
and I couldn't
and a
start
V-neck.
laughing at that.
Yeah.
Come on, man. He looks like...
It was a little
He
distracting.
looks like a Batman villain.
A little bit, yeah.
You know, he's just like there, like, yeah, and Selena Kyle.
Yeah, like he deals in art.
He looks right.
Yeah, he deals in art.
Or he's the scoutmaster.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to use your nails, boys.
Full up, boy.
They just need something. So maybe that was this. Like, we just need to put
give
something
us
out. Just give them a
give
bite.
us anything, yeah.
But it didn't make me as excited as the first trailer that we got. The first trailer I liked.
I did
liked
too.
It, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I will say this, and this is the best part of that first trailer. They were not afraid to show the mascara, like Batman having
Totally
the mascara.
It totally makes sense.
Because it's like, don't run away from that.
Yeah.
It's like, have them apply it like war paint, and we're good.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's we'll see. We're gonna get what we get.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Matt Reeves rocks.
Matt Reeves does rock.
He's a great director.
But he hasn't had that definitive, this thing makes me great.
I think he's trying to be James Gunn.
He's trying to be, if I get a James Gunn and Rian Johnson vibe from him.
Fair enough.
Like, he's not sure who exactly, what his style is, and then there's some JJ in there too.
Yeah.
There's some lens flaring going on at times. Not in this particular film, but in some other things.
Big time, yeah.
Like, I felt a very heavy JJ influence in Let the Right One In.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Or Let Me In. I can't remember what his... whatever his version of that was, which was an excellent movie.
Which is great. Yeah, I think he's a great director, and we just be hopeful. Just be hopeful.
I like it.
I'm always down with the bat. So.
I like the cut of his jib, and I have no style when it comes to dressing, so like I like magenta.
Look, I'm not doing anything special.
I'm gonna get one.
I'm not doing anything special. But come on, man.
Yeah.
You're inside.
Yeah.
Don't wear a scarf. You definitely don't wear it with a V-neck.
I can concur with that. That makes a lot of sense. Well, kids, that is our show. That is our fashion blog. That's where we're going from now on. If you like what we're doing, please hit that subscribe button. Let us know what you think of the show below. What did you think of the Venom Let There Be Carnage trailer? Are we being too harsh on it? Does it look spot on?
We're not being harsh enough.
Are we not being harsh enough? Please let us know below, and tell your friends about the show. It would be helpful. Check us out again at REC Comics for some graded books, raw books,
of goodies,
toys. We've got some things for sale, so come check us out there. Eric, do you have any final thoughts?
We are brought to you by Dillman's Baby Food. Baby says I gots to have my Dillman's.
I couldn't have said it better myself, kids. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening. I have been your host, Roman Chavez.
I am still Eric. It car is.
And we will catch you on the next podcast.